Hey everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, and I am very happy to be joined by Caleb from the Fifth Cell development team. You know them best as the Scribblenauts folks. Welcome, Caleb.
All right, thanks for having me.
You got it. Now, your new release that's out imminently is Scribblenauts Unmasked, which is a, I guess it pays to be affiliated with Warner Brothers, doesn't it? Because you can get easier access to their entire vault of things. In this case, the entire DC Comics universe.
No, it's super exciting. We have a lot of love for the DC Comics at the office, so this opportunity was just like match made in heaven.
So we're playing the Wii U version right now. It's also shipping for 3DS and PC, and much prettier in high def. But what the big hook is obviously being able to interact with DC characters. How do the rules of the DC universe fit in with what we're about to see in the Scribblenauts universe?
Well, everything is still pretty wacky, which is what is a hallmark of the Scribblenauts franchise. But one thing you'll notice is all the heroes, all the villains, all the objects, they look adorable.
That is true. Well, let's get to some action here.
Awesome. So what I'm actually going to take us through, this is Gotham City, and one thing you'll notice that's different from our previous games is the size of the map in general is just a lot bigger. There's a lot more to explore, a lot more to do, and all these icons that you see above people's heads, like with the little Wayne Manor symbol above them, it means that those are quest icons. And we call these things heroic feats. And they're little bite-sized puzzles that you can go around the world and solve. Now, that may not seem like a lot of puzzles straight away for the entire city of Gotham, but that's where the hook comes in. We actually have all of these puzzles are procedurally generated, so they're different every single time you load the map.
Excellent.
So if I go ahead...
We're not just progressing through a linear set of missions anymore.
Correct. So if I actually go here and I'll restart this map, essentially reloading the map, I'll actually see a different... oops. This actually is a Mr. Mixie challenge coming up. I'll actually see a different set of challenges that are presented before me. Like, now we have... Who's this guy? That is... Oh, Pirate Batman. And Pirate Batman wants... Yar, me cannon is out of ammo. So Pirate Batman, I'll bring this up when we look at the back computer, is actually a real thing. Like that's an actual legitimate DC Comics character.
I'm not well versed enough. I'm not knee deep enough in the DC Comics universe. Pirate Batman, that is new to me.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll just spawn something, innocent and sweet. And I'll just give it to Pirate Batman here. See what he does with it. He's definitely going to hold on to the kitten. So what I'm going to do is I could go down here, and basically each of these icons represent, like I said, something different to do.
Yeah. I liked Wayne Manor in the background there. That was cool.
Yeah,
or rather Wayne Tower.
Wayne Tower, that's right. Yeah, we have a bunch of we pay homage to a bunch of iconic...
The Monarch, where Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered.
Exactly. This is actually our interpretation of Crime Alley.
And a deer and a lion were down there?
Yeah, no big deal, right? It's Scribblenauts, right? It's kind of chaotic. And actually that ties into the story of, how all these objects are kind of spread out and everything kind of seems chaotic, but it actually ties into the narrative of the game that you are actually here to solve that very problem. And the way that you're doing that is by solving these puzzles.
Uh-oh.
All right, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh no. So basically now you got to help Pirate Batman defeat these pirates who are offended that you shot a kitten at them. There you go. He's got it handled.
There it is.
Sweet. All right. Well, later, Pirate Batman.
Let's see some DC flavored puzzles in action here.
All right. So, let's see. Let's find someone who really represents sort of like a DC specific thing. So this is actually interesting. So this is the Riddler, of course, and he gives you a legitimate riddle. What person is like a piece of wood?
Let's see. There's oak. There's maple. There's... All right. Well, in the interest of time.
I actually wouldn't know the answer to that either. I'm actually like racking my brain right now. I'm like, man, what person does like a piece of oak? But rest assured, there is an answer to that. That is the answer to the actual riddle. And so if you want to challenge yourself and encounter this guy here, you'll be able to solve those riddles. And so every time you do one of these events, you get something called reputation.
Okay.
And your reputation is spent on different items to unlock different levels and also different costumes for Maxwell. And so we could also go to another city, another location that we have, and you can see we actually have quite a lot of locations that the story will take you through. And also along the bottom there are the origin stories, which are optional extras that you can unlock. So you could, if you want, you could go play the origin of Batman. You could go play the origin of Wonder Woman.
That might be worth
Superman.
The price of admission alone, right
there.
there.
Yeah, because like one thing we really want to do is pay homage to the fans. They want to see this kind of stuff. We want to be faithful in providing it. So we could go to Metropolis, and also it gives you a sense of scale. Metropolis is one of our larger maps, and it's kind of cool just to be able to put wings on Maxwell and kind of fly around. So I'm going to apply an adjective to Maxwell real quick in the interest of time and make him, super fast and flying.
Just stacking the adjectives.
There you go. And so now he could just zoom around the map, right? So there's a lot here to explore. And also, one of the things that people have always loved to do with Scribblenauts, of course, is just, bring stuff out of the dictionary and just spawn it, right? And so one of the cool things I'm going to do up here, because it's a nice big open area, is get into some, battles, right? A lot of the rivalries in the DC Comics universes are things that are really popular with people.
See the Fifth Cell logo on that building down there?
Yep, a little bit of an Easter egg there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is not only can you spawn Green Lantern, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna spawn one of our Green Lanterns here. So I'm gonna spawn Green Lantern. It actually comes up with a few options because there's Hal Jordan, there's Guy Gardner,
a literal Green Lantern,
a literal Green Lantern. So I'll spawn Hal Jordan. That's really cool. I can spawn Hal Jordan. That's great.
Yeah.
But what if I actually type in something a little bit different? What if I type in Green Lantern Corps? What that does is it gives me this little lantern here, and I drag it, and whenever I drop it, it actually comes up with a bunch of Green Lanterns who then attack the nearest bad guy, who happens to be this guy, who I don't know. Whoa, and they are just totally...
He's obliterated now.
Yeah, they totally obliterated him. But I'm going to bring up... let's focus in on this guy here. This guy looks kind of funny. He looks kind of like a caterpillar Green Lantern. We actually have over 130 Green Lanterns, all unique like this in the game.
Great.
And so we're going to dive into the Bat computer because say you don't know who Larvox is, you don't know his history, what he's about. You can actually open up this little bouncy computer icon here and actually gives you a description of the character. And we have this for every single one of our DC Comics objects that we put into the game because it wasn't enough that we just put in the art, because a lot of these characters are fairly obscure.
Well, yeah, giving them context is very important.
Exactly, and so basically this allows you to go in, learn about a certain character. So this is Larfleeze, right? And he's the leader of the Orange Lantern Corps, actually. And so I could go ahead and just pull him right out of the dictionary, put him right into the game, and they're going to start fighting immediately, of course. And they are going to blast him out of the map immediately. And another cool thing to do is just kind of team rivalries as well, not just personal ones.
Yeah.
So the arch enemies of the Green Lantern, or the Green Lantern Corps, of course, is the Sinestro Corps. That's the Yellow Lanterns. So if I bring them in, you're going to see some pretty epic fireworks. Of course, they just go straight to town on each other, right? And it's really cool to be able to see these characters play and behave the way that a fan would expect them to, and be able to just of course do battles and all these things. But also Superman is going to love Lois Lane. Batman and Catwoman are going to have this kind of ambiguous romance going on, and it was just really fun to kind of come up with a lot of these different rivalries and behaviors. I
love the comic book style, 60s Adam West Batman. Pows and thunks and
the onomatopoeia system was really a stylistic choice we made because it's not enough because the Scribblenauts characters are pretty simple, right? When they punch, they have pretty simple animations, but like when you add that onomatopoeia, it really does that sort of heroic layer that really like emphasizes the action a lot. So basically, this back computer here, you're going to be able to browse through every single thing that we have, right?
It's basically your Scribblenauts DC encyclopedia.
Exactly, and also there's like kind of like Wikipedia style links in here, so you could click on something that's underlined, and it'll take you right to that other article. Mm-hmm. And so you could just keep learning, kind of that Wikipedia effect of you just keep learning, keep clicking links, and before you know it, you're on some tangential, topic. Just like this, we want people to, really explore and go and find out all the different names for Flash and everything. So also this is our primary way of unlocking certain content. So, a lot of people want to play as a certain hero. They,
of course.
They want to, potentially play as Green Lantern or Batman. And these costumes actually allow you to do that. And so when you open this up, you're actually able to unlock certain things for a certain amount of reputation. So I could actually buy this Batman costume right now, unlock it, and drag this over to Maxwell.
Oh, yes.
And now Maxwell is dressed as Batman.
Who can fly?
Who, of course, because his adjectives still apply, right? So he's he's still kind of all powerful. But every time I attack someone, whoa, I threw a batarang at that guy, and they do not like me anymore. Okay, I think I'm just gonna try to escape.
Time to go.
Yeah, time to go. There we go. All right. So basically, it allows you to play these heroic feats, get all this different reputation, and then go into the back computer, unlock any costume that you want.
Nice.
But it doesn't, like, your customization doesn't really stop there, because similar to Scribblenauts Unlimited, we've brought back the object editor and upgraded it, and now it's called the Hero Creator.
Okay.
So that's actually accessed through the Batcave. Alfred is kind of your portal to using that feature. And so you always start with a template. So who's your favorite DC Comics character?
I've always been a Batman guy. I know it's the popular choice, but hard to argue.
Awesome. All right, so let's go and start with Batman, kind of as our initial template. Do you have a favorite version of Batman that you've seen in the comic books?
Is Nightfall Batman in here?
Nightfall Batman. Now, what is Nightfall Batman the vampire one?
No, when Bruce had his back broken and Azrael filled in for him.
Oh, yes.
So I got a little bit of DC Comics knowledge. It doesn't go too far, and it's all centered on Batman. There he is.
All right, there you go. All right, and again, like, we added all this variation so that when a fan like yourself
that was not pre-scripted, by the way. I did actually spring that on you. We did not talk about this ahead of time, so credit to the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
It in there.
I'm pretty confident because we did a lot of research so that fans had all their favorites in here. And so let's go ahead and we can modify this guy in any way that we want, really. So I like his helmet or his mask, but let's get rid of his head. Okay,
creepy.
And then let's put something cool on him. Like what's a really bad villain, do you think? Like, what's your best, like,
Clayface?
Clayface. All right. So let's get Clayface. And there's a few different versions of Clayface. There's actually been 4 different versions of Clayface. So I'll just go ahead and choose the more popular one. And I'm just going to bring his head over. I'm just going to put it right onto this version of our Azrael character. And, his arms and everything kind of aren't proportionate anymore. So what we can do is actually go in. Let's kind of bring this up, make this a little bit bigger, kind of more proportionate.
Yeah.
There we go. So he doesn't look so out of place. There we go. Let's, make his legs a little bit bigger. There we go. Now he's not going to get made fun of so much by the other characters. There we go. Buff. Totally buff. Totally ripped. There we go. All right. And of course we can make any sort of color choices that we want to make. We can make him pink. He seems very proud of that. And then also, what's also a new feature here is we could also add superpowers to him.
Oh, here we go.
So basically we have over 100 superpowers you can apply. And you can apply all of these to your character.
All of them.
Yeah, and they each cost reputation, so you play
Sure.
through the main game, and you can unlock these things, and they're fairly cheap. So, I could go in here and I could add a siphon. A siphon is about 200 reputation, which is only 2 heroic feats, because
Okay.
they're worth 100 each. I could go ahead and apply that to my character, and let's say we want to name this guy. What do you say? Bat Clayman.
Sure, that works.
There we go. The most obvious. Alright, so our intrepid hero, Bat Clayman, is going to have his video game debut in the Batcave. Alright, and because you use Batman as his template, he's going to come out as a good guy.
Okay.
So that if you want a good guy and you want to decorate him with bad guy parts, he could actually hang out here in the Batcave with you.
Interesting.
Without getting jumped. So let's bring him out. Bat Clayman.
There he is.
There he is. All right. Just chilling. Just as if nothing in the world is wrong. It seems totally not out of place at all. But what's really interesting, if I actually come up here and I punch this guy, everyone's going to get really mad at me. But he's actually going to use that superpower you applied to him. And that's a siphon power. So what it does is it actually removes my health and actually gives it back to him. And the minute I start attacking a good guy around Batman, Batman, of course, is going to be very upset with me and start attacking me as well. So that's just some of the stuff that we have planned for the game. There's a really cool narrative about how Lily, who's this girl up here with the pink hat on, who's your twin sister actually, how you guys arrived at the DC Comics universe and how you have to get back, and that's the subject of our story.
Excellent. Do we have time to take a look? Just maybe try and do one puzzle real quick somewhere.
Awesome, yeah. So let's
just
go
to
back.
get an idea of how the DC flavor can influence the Scribblenauts puzzle. And then we'll wrap it up. This game is out, is it the Tuesday? That's 27th, is that right?
Actually, yeah, September 24th. This Tuesday.
24th. Oh, I'm getting behind. My calendar is not right in my brain.
Yeah, actually, this Tuesday, it's going to be out on 3DS, Wii U, and PC.
Excellent.
So actually, this is a really good one. So if you're familiar, this character is actually kind of like Zatanna, who's a magician.
Yep.
And basically, what she wants is like, I forgot my magical tools, right?
Okay.
And so basically, anything that is sort of like magical tool-wise would work, satisfy this.
So a wand?
Yeah, so we could just do a wand.
Street magic.
There you go.
And
also,
bunnies.
it's really interesting, like, a bunch of White Rabbits came out, and then also the character from DC Comics, White Rabbit, also appeared as a small little cameo. So we do a lot of nods, kind of Easter eggs like that around there to kind of like pay homage and give a wink to the DC fans.
Excellent. Well, that is looking fantastic. Is there Wii U gamepad support as well if the TV is in use at home?
Correct. So I could turn the
Excellent.
TV off right now. I mean, you could just keep playing.
Perfect. Or, of course, if you're a fast typer, you might want to go with the PC version or take it with you on 3DS. So that is Scribblenauts Unmasked. Caleb, thank you very much. Game looks fantastic. For all things Scribblenauts Unmasked, including the upcoming IGN review, you're already in the right place. IGN.